All the governments are offering today is toxic drugs disguised as medicine for mental health issues. The majority of people simply want to get well. They're going to the psychiatrist to get well, and they don't know that these drugs do not get them well, that they actually injure the process in the hope of trying to get well. You don't have to settle. There's such thing as green mental health. You don't have to be reliant on drugs that are going to take off 25 years of your life and make you sick and reduce the quality of your life. Don't settle. Unfortunately, people have been trained to believe that when they have anxiety or depression, that is all in their head. And that is not true. 95% of the time, it's some toxicity in your environment, your food, chemical sensitivities, allergies. There's many, many, many things today that are damaging the body and the mind. The brain is the reporting system for the endocrine glands, the endocrine glands that produce all the chemicals and hormones that the brain needs to function well. To give you a couple of examples of how a physical problem in the body will manifest as a mental symptom. Low thyroid can cause depression, hypoglycemia, low blood sugar, combined with adrenal fatigue. That will cause mood swings. That will cause emotional outbursts. When your body is expressing symptoms, that's telling you that there is some organ function that is not right. There's either something missing that it needs, or there's something there that's harming it, such as a toxin. People are toxic today, extremely toxic. Recently, there was a meta-study done on pregnant women. As they gave birth, they took an inch of the umbilical cord. Now, by the way, remember, pregnant women are typically the ones taking the better care of themselves, right? Well, there was an average of over 300 toxic chemicals in that umbilical cord. The Environmental Workers Group just recently did a study on California schools. They found 437 neurotoxic agents and carcinogens, a product of just the 3 major cleaners that the schools are using. When a neurotoxic chemical comes into the body, what happens is it begins to kill cells of the brain and the nervous system. Well, when you kill enough cells, then there's full tissue damage. And that's about the time that you're experiencing effects, symptoms. You can literally view this damage being done, the erosion of the cell under the microscope. You can watch the cell completely disintegrate in the presence of these neurotoxins. You don't want to deal with anxiety by going off to a doctor, to a psychiatrist that is going to give you a pill that's going to cause more toxicity, more damage to the body. You're adding a toxic drug to a healing crisis that's typically a result of some toxin. Every single psychiatric drug does damage to the brain and nervous system. They say the term chemical lobotomy. It's not just a term, it's an actual condition. We're not playing here. This is an actual condition. A lobotomy uses a knife to sever tissues, to cut communication between cells and between action centers of the brain. These drugs are doing that chemically. What a person needs to know when they're coming off of a drug, a psychiatric drug, is that you cannot do it by yourself. You need to be supervised, and that you're working with someone, with a practitioner that knows what they're doing. There's detox, biorepair, and then maintenance. That's a curative model. We've gotten rid of the root cause. We've gotten rid of the damage from the drug. You're past the withdrawal phase. And by using supplements the proper way with testing, it can make the transition very, very comfortable. All these things can be successfully healed and accomplished, and you'll be well back on your way to health and well-being. I'm greening up the body. I'm greening up the mind. This is green mental health care. The same toxins that are destroying our biosphere are destroying our body. We have to practice green mental health, create a green mental health strategy. It's non-addictive, it's non-invasive, and it's non-toxic.